people are scared to sell online. I don't know. It's either imposter syndrome, like, oh, will people buy? Am I good enough? You just have to do it. Running this as a business, I've learned multiple skills along the way. Like when I started, it was just video editing. But now I've learned marketing, sales, copywriting. For me and my family, like, bro, that feeling of not having to worry about money problems, that's the biggest thing for me. So I was reading this book. I don't know if you guys know The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. So he followed my page on Visual Hustles. And I just messaged him like, hey, man, I appreciate the follow. I was just reading your book, man. The guy literally sent me a voice note. I've seen your page. I love what you're doing. Let's connect on a Zoom call.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps, man. I'm like, shit, Robin Sharma.
Yeah.
Damn. No way. Wow.
If you just put in the work every single day, you keep trying over and over again. Even if you fail the first time, second time, third time, 4 times, 5 times, doesn't matter. But you keep doing it, you're finally going to get to that place where you hit that one page, one topic that just connects and everything works out for you.
You're listening to the Men's Forum.
Your guide to being a better man.
Here we talk about everything to do with dealing with the nuances of life as a man.
This is your safe space to finding solutions to any problem you could be facing as a man.
We're your hosts Rajveer and Shalin, and we're sitting down with guests who share their personal experiences and insights, adding depth and new perspectives to our discussions. Social media is making it easier and easier every day to become financially free. But of course, amidst all the scams and the get-rich-quick schemes out there, you need to know the right way to achieve this freedom. Today's guest is Kunal Shah, who's an entrepreneur that built a $1 million empire around faceless theme pages on Instagram. In this episode, Kunal takes us step by step on how he did it and shares the important strategies behind his Instagram success. If you're looking to start a new side hustle, this is your roadmap to building a thriving online business that could change your financial landscape forever. Let's get into it. Kunal, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me here.
I was sent your profile by Shalin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one person in Kenya that took the steps to make money on social media. And you don't usually see that so often. So that was really impressive.
Yep. Thank you.
That's why his page is called Millionaire Steps.
Millionaire Steps. I've seen a lot of videos online where it's like, hey, you can use social media to, make a lot of money. You just need to do this. But again, like I mentioned, people in Kenya or a lot of guys out there, actually, they'll see these videos and they'll think, yeah, I think it's way too easy. It's too good to be true. And they just don't take any action. So what led you to decide to say, hey, this looks like something that can work out for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just get into it.
So let me kind of go back to my my backstory to make all of this. This will make more sense once I go through that. So I think about 5-6 years ago, my dad passed away and I had to become the man of the house with my mom, my sister, taking care of them. And I was 21 that time. So I had to find a way to make money. I was still in university, I think second year. And obviously, like anyone who's not made any money, who doesn't have a job, the first thing they'll do is like go and search online. How do I start making money from home? How do I start making money from my phone, my laptop, etc.? So I started doing that and I came across drop shipping. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I tried that out. I was left with about like 80,000, 90,000 shillings last money. I used that all on drop shipping. Lost everything in a week. Like built the website, ran ads, didn't get any sales, so lost all that money.
Were you selling bracelets?
No.
That's what I did. I lost a lot of money.
It was a gym, kind of like a niche, like where it was during COVID, so those home workout equipments. So I was trying that out, but it didn't work out. So in the middle of doing all of that, the whole process, I came across this thing called Fiverr. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a freelancing website where you pay people $5 and you can get so much stuff done for yourself. So I paid someone $10 for a video ad for my product for drop shipping. Didn't really use the video ad, but what I learned was like, okay, if this person is charging $10, I can probably do this. I can learn how to do this video editing because I saw it. It looked doable. So the next thing I did, I went on YouTube, started learning how to started learning how to do video editing. Now, the thing was, I was so broke, I didn't have money to buy those legal softwares like Photoshop or any video
Premiere
editing
Pro.
softwares. Yeah, yeah. And what I did was I just downloaded like an illegal software. That's kind of how I learned the whole editing process. It took me like a week, and the next step was simply to go and post your gig. It's called like a gig where you post your service to people. So what I did was, for $5 you'll get 2 video ads. Those are the cheapest in the market, but no one came to me. So the next thing I did was I went on Facebook groups, and there's like these drop shipping groups there. I started posting on there and messaging people like, yo, so for your product, I'm going to make you 2 video ads just for $5. I did like, I think 100 or 200 DMs a day, like just cold DMs.
Wow. Yeah.
And I finally got someone to say yes within the first 2 days of doing those cold DMs. They're like, $5, what's to lose? Here, kid, go and make the videos. That's kind of how I started with Fiverr. Did the whole cold outreach thing to like 20, 30 customers. And after that, Fiverr kind of automatically promotes your gig and shows it organically to people. So then customers started coming in, started increasing the prices. Everything was going well. I was making about, I think, $1,000, $2,000 a month from just that, like after 2-3 months. But the problem was I was working 10 to 11 hours a day. Bro, late at night, I'm awake till like 3 a.m. And then I have to wake up for my 9 a.m. class in the morning. So I'm just doing this video editing stuff. Then suddenly, on Instagram, I'm scrolling and I came across this page. It was like a faceless page. And I went through it. It's like those side hustle pages where they post about different styles of side hustles you can start. I was binging the content. I'm like, holy shit, this is so good. Maybe I could do some of these things. Then I checked their story and they're making 5K, 10K, 20K a month. And then when I try to find who the founder of the page is, I can't really see them. It's an anonymous page. This is like the first time I came across faceless theme pages. And that's the thing that I'm doing right now. Now from there, I'm like, okay, so you basically have to just post content related to a specific topic. And you keep doing that over and over again and you attract followers. And once you have a big enough following, you can do a lot of things to make money from it. So that's when my page Millionaire Steps was started. I started it in 2020 October. And I think within the first 6 months, it got to like 100,000 followers. So what I did here, again, my skill of video editing that I learned for free, like on YouTube and stuff, I used that same skill to, leverage my time. Now, instead of me working 10 hours, I could just work 1 to 2 hours to create 1 or 2 pieces of content that I can post. But the output that I'm receiving from that side of that business model is so much more compared to me spending 11 hours a day. So that's kind of how Millionaire Steps, my first page, was born. Grew it to 1 million followers in 2 years. And then just so people kept saying like, this is saturated, I don't think this can work. Just last year, I started this other page called Visual Hustles. Started it in April 2023 and built that from 0 to 1 million followers in 7 months. So from April to December, I was already at 1 million followers. So if I can do this once, I can do it over and over again. So at the moment, I'm running 4 pages. They're all faceless. I've put my name around it. People who know me, my personal brand, they kind of know that I own these pages. But if it's like just some random follower, they're never going to know who runs these pages. And the thing is, anyone can do this if they simply put the work in. And that's kind of how I came across this business model. That's how it all got started. Yep.
1 million followers in a year.
In a year.
Plus.
Imagine.
How do we get Sparrow to 1 million followers?
I just want to take a step back to that point where you needed to make money for the family.
Yeah.
A lot of people tend to go for like, let me look for a job.
Yeah.
Did you kind of have such a thought in your head?
So the situation was so bad. It was like a do or die situation. and I had to make money now. I was willing to lose that $1,000 that I had back then, just to make it work now. In the process, I learned the whole Fiverr thing, so I don't mind losing that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have found it any other way.
But like
So-
in the sense of you did drop shipping,
Yeah.
which failed.
Yeah.
I've done drop shipping before. Horrible. I lost a lot of money. But then from there, there's the you know what, fuck it. This online world, it's not for me. And then
Again, as I said, it was do or die. I had to
Uh-huh.
either I make this happen or I fucking die.
wow.
That was it, bro. Like I had to make it work. Yeah.
But what
It
was
was
your
just the situation. Yeah.
but what was your thought process like after when the drop shipping failed, and where you said it's a do or die? Were you sure that now this path that you're taking of content creation is going to work or not?
I wasn't sure at all. But now, even to make all of this sense, I started reading books, like self-help books. And there are these two books that have literally changed everything. You know, everything that I've achieved, I always credit those two books. It's by the same writer, by M.J. DeMarco. So the first one is Millionaire Fastlane, and the second one is Unscripted. So all he talks about in that is why taking the slow lane, which is taking a 9-to-5 job, climbing the corporate ladder, whatever, is never going to be the right way. It doesn't matter how much effort you put in, especially as just someone who's a normal person, right? You're going to just live like an average person. And for me, once I started reading those things, that's when my mindset completely changed. Like, there's no way that I'm going to work a job. I'll put double the hours. Instead of working 9 to 5, I'll work freaking 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. at night. But I have to make this online thing work. So this was that shift in the mindset that I already had even before I started the dropshipping thing. Dropshipping was the first step. And again, obviously, you're going to learn that failures are part of this whole journey. And if there were no failures, then what are you going to learn? So, yeah.
So this was second year of uni. That's
Second
when
year.
that's when all this started.
Yeah.
How many years of uni did you go to? Four.
Four.
So in 2 years, how were you balancing uni and okay now
It
because
went-
your page grew by then.
Yeah. So by the time I started Millionaire Steps, I was almost going to third year. And I don't know, it was during COVID. So uni was online.
Oh, okay.
So I had a lot of time in hand that time. Didn't really have to go physically to class. It was just through Zoom. So I was able to handle all of this. So even while like the class is going on Zoom, I'm editing videos on the side.
Oh yeah, you can do dual screens. Yeah.
You remind me
You
of
just do
myself
split.
you remind me of myself during third year of uni, bro. Like that was legit me. I'm running a wedding photography business, and then over there I'm rushing to uni, and I'm like, shit, I have to go and shoot a Sangeet, and then the
Yeah.
editing and everything. But dude, man, so did you quit uni after that?
No. I graduated with honors.
Oh, bless, man.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay. Start. What did you study?
I did international business administration
Okay.
and finance.
Does that help with what you're doing now?
No. But you see, if I just have this thing, like, if I start something, I have to take it through till I can't do it anymore.
Got you.
So like with uni, it was the same thing. I have to make sure I do well. So I put like 100% in like whatever I do. Yeah.
I think that level of tenacity is what people need to make a business in general work, right? If you don't have that, hey, I've started this and I'm going to see it through. If you don't have that kind of mindset, especially with social media, when you're seeing your followers growing and you're at 600 and something, and you're just like, oh my gosh, should I continue doing this? But if you have the tenacity, you just keep putting in the work.
Yeah.
And you eventually get there.
As they say, if you don't quit, you'll never lose.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
if you
yeah,
don't
well
quit,
said,
you'll
yeah.
never lose. Yeah.
You mentioned the book where it said that guys work 9 to 5 and they never, kind of, they're stuck to their jobs.
Yeah.
Coming to your situation, I think I was in your shoes. I
know.
know we know each other from long.
Yeah.
For me, it was more like, I don't know. I don't think we had that exposure towards social media and the tools and.
You didn't.
No, this was.
I did.
No, this was. I started running the house when I was in 2016. So that time social media wasn't as big.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't as big. There are many sites that where you go online how to make money at home. I've done it, and I go to these sites, yeah, Upwork and Fiverr, and there's another one. I downloaded the app, but it's so saturated.
It
It's
is.
so saturated now. So how do you set yourself to be different to get, let's say, even a job or a gig, anything?
The best answer I can give you is build a personal brand. That's how you separate yourself from the whole herd of crowd or the saturation in the market. Because every individual is different. If you're just comfortable with telling your story online, that's how people are going to connect with you. And that's what's going to separate you from everyone else, the thousands or millions of people who are doing the same thing as you, but people want to work with you because it's you, your story. That's what sells. Yeah. That's how I would separate myself right now.
So your first page, I'm guessing it's Millionaire Steps.
Millionaire Steps.
What got you to the idea of starting that motivational
So
page?
it was, at the beginning, it was very specific to just business kind of content. Since I did business, I'm like, I know a bit about it. I've seen people who have no idea about business posting stuff. Why the hell can't I do this? Let me do it. I did it. And that's kind of how I picked that topic. Now, the thing with theme pages is, first of all, you want to pick a topic that you are personally interested in. If I wasn't interested in business, if I didn't see followers growing, not making any money for 3 months, 2 months, even a month, I would have probably quit it. That's why it's very important, like with faceless pages, like pick a topic that you're personally interested in. Like I have students who have like parenting pages, mindset, mental health, literally any topic you can think of. And there's a market for it. There's people who are going to follow you from it. And it's monetizable. Because you can grow a big ass following, but if it's not monetizable, it's the worst position to be at, which is famous and broke. So if you have like 1 million followers, and then you don't know how to monetize that because you don't know what to sell to people, and people, even if you try to sell to them, they're not going to buy stuff. So that's just the problem the majority of the people have when they're starting out, picking the wrong topic. So you want to first research that. Look at pages that are already doing what you want to do with your theme page, which is, let's say, the topic that you want to post content around. And if you see that they're still posting till date, that means they're doing something right. It's making them money. That's why they're continuing. So then it's a good niche to go into. Yeah.
Faceless theme pages. So just based on what you've said, that's a theme is the topic that you pick, and then faceless, of course, you're not putting in your face. But you mentioned personal branding. So how do you inject your personal brand into something like that?
So that question was about if you're doing freelancing, if you're providing a service to people.
Okay.
Then
Got you.
But this is a whole different business model. Freelancing is different, and this is like completely different. You can do the freelancing stuff with your theme page as well. The thing is, you own the audience, so they're going to come to you directly, so you can advertise to them as well. But with a personal brand, if you're doing freelancing, let's say you're selling something expensive, then competing with all the other pros out there, that's when your story comes into play. If you're comfortable doing that, go with the personal brand route. If not, then go with the faceless brand. And I know most people who are starting out are so uncomfortable with showing their face, just talking in the camera. That was me. Like, I was a freaking introvert, bro. Like, I hate talking in the camera. But I had to force myself out there because I know the value of a personal brand. I've made connections that I would have never made in my life from some of the biggest, the author that I just mentioned here right now. I retweeted, I tweeted this thing. I'm like, so these are the 2 books that changed my life. But I was so broke at the time, I got these books illegally. And then once it changed my life, I actually went and bought 2 copies of each of these books. The guy retweeted it, the author, and he followed me on Twitter.
Wow.
So that's the power of building a personal brand and telling your story.
You mentioned you had 30 to 40 students. So take us through that journey. How did that start?
30 to 40.
You mentioned you have some students. 30 to 40 pages.
Okay. So it's about 600 students at the moment. I started teaching this to people about a year ago.
Wow.
So when I was comfortable that, okay, this does work, I've done it over and over again, I've made money from it, I know the whole system, step by step, maybe I can try showing this to other people, how they can do it. And obviously, once you're growing these pages, people keep asking you, yo, bro, how do I grow this page? How do I do what you're doing? So it just made sense to start something like this.
When we were talking about this right now, I told you about a page where I saw there were so many followers, then they reduce. There's this, for me now I'm learning about social media and stuff. So now I judge but like, let's say if that guy has a very big following, but you go to his real counts, they're like five views and 20 views, but the guy has about 2 million followers, right? So there are people who are there out there selling, let's say, products or like, are they called workshops that, okay, yeah, you can grow the page. So how do you differentiate yourself?
So these guys, what they do is they simply bought their pages, they maybe buy followers, etc. Now, if you do that, that's when you become famous and broke. We don't want to do that. You have 1 million followers, but all of them are bots. And even if you try to sell them something for free, they're not going to get it. They're not interested in you. They just followed you because you bought the followers. That's why it's important for you to grow organically from zero. No black hat tactics, nothing like that. It's very simple. You just post good content. So first of all, you want to learn how to create good content, understand good content, and then post that shit every single day. Now, at the moment, as I told you guys, I run 4 faceless pages and my personal brand. So 5 pages in total. So in any given day, there's about 15 to 20 pieces of content being posted out every single day. And I get so much data about, what kind of post is doing well, what makes people react, what makes people emotional, what makes people argue. Everything is data, and I'm collecting that. So whenever I see something that's working really well, I triple down on it, and I keep doing it more and more and more and more. That's literally the whole game. You test at the beginning with, obviously in the learning phase, you're going to test a lot. Once you find that winning piece of content, you just want to do more and more of that. That's pretty much it.
Wow. So you're leveraging your data analytics to build your page in terms of like emotions or how people are reacting?
People react. So when you post controversial stuff, there's always going to be 2 sides to it. So there's going to be people who are going to tell you, fuck you, I don't agree with you. And there's going to be people who are going to be like, I love this guy. Right? So we want to make sure that I love this guy is more than the fuck you.
Yeah.
So about 80 to 20%. But we do need these guys, the ones who say fuck you, right?
Yeah.
Because the I love you guys will fight with them. And then they start commenting with each other. They start fighting.
It creates engagement.
And they start creating engagement for you as well. And that's one type of content, controversial content. Emotional content is like something that makes people feel an emotion, which is like a deep emotion, like sad, happy. What are the emotions? Are there?
Angry.
Angry. Yeah, those are like all emotions. Like if you can make people feel an emotion, they're kind of not going to forget you. And if it's like in a positive way, they're not going to forget you. They become fans. That's kind of how you want to focus on emotional content, controversial content, also educational content as well, and entertaining a bit here and there. And those are the kind of like the 4 types of content you want to focus on.
You mentioned 15 to 20 pieces of content a day. How are you managing to knock that out?
So
are you editing yourself?
No. So I have team members for each page. All the pages are completely outsourced. I've trained someone to think like me, to create content like me, and giving them instructions like this is the time you should be posting, etc. So they basically handle everything. So for each page, there's different people handling it. Either it's different people or different teams handling it.
How it's lovely that you mentioned that you train someone to think like you. And I feel like throughout my entire journey, especially in editing, I've never really been able to hit that nail on the head.
You can never, but it can get close to it. As long as it's close, you're buying your time back. That's why I'm able to scale this as a business. If I was wearing all the hats myself in the business, I wouldn't be able to create and build more pages. I would go back to that freelancing life of working 10 hours a day. I want a life of freedom where I'm working 1 to 2 hours a day and it's leveraged work. Whatever work I do, it has a big impact. Now, something like creating content, like at the beginning, it does create big impact. But once you already have that momentum, once you already have a big following, it becomes much easier. So it's not a high leverage task for you to do it
room
personally.
to fuck up. What I mean by that is like if someone from your team edits something a little bit off,
That's
it's
gonna
not
happen.
such a big deal
It's not.
at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. It always happens. Not everyone, no one is perfect, So mistakes happen here and there. I try to address them nicely as possible. But if they keep happening over and over again, there's less of me and there's more of them. There's more of the editors. I can replace that very easily and very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What change have you seen in your life now after going through your entire journey? What's it like being you today?
That's a pretty good question, bro. So just having that experience of achieving all these things has made me more confident in doing whatever I want to do. Like if you tell me, oh bro, I want you to start this business tomorrow, and I feel like you can make it big. And if I personally feel like, okay, this has potential, I have that confidence in me to make this work no matter what. So throughout that journey, it's made me pretty confident in things and learning from the failures as well. And, running this as a business, I've learned multiple skills along the way. Like when I started, it was just video editing. But now I've learned marketing, sales, copywriting, literally any skill that you can think about, which is applied to when you're selling stuff online, when you're building brands online. I've come close to mastering them just because of this whole journey. And for me and my family, like, bro, that feeling of not having to worry about money problems, that was the biggest thing for me. And once that was sorted out, I could focus more on everything else to start building things out.
Yeah, the sense of fulfillment is amazing when you take care of your family. I attest to that for sure.
100%.
For sure. Especially after what you've been through. It takes a lot for a man to, stand up on his feet and say that I did it, despite all the downfalls and all the scars and especially now that we live in a very close-knit Indian community, it's even tougher.
Yeah.
There's so much stigma around so many things. But well done, man. I've known you since you were a kid, man, and trust me, you've done more wonders than people who've done in our age.
So, one thing with social media, I know from my experience is that, man, the level of, like you mentioned, you've met people that you never thought you'd ever get to meet, right? And I'm sure you've gotten to experience stuff that you're just like, whoa, I would have never thought. Would you be able to share a few of those things that you've been through?
Yeah, so it's kind of, living in Kenya, you're not kind of able to experience stuff physically with all the international people. And most of my people who are my role models are from outside. So this other day was something crazy, like on my page, Visual Hustles. So I was reading this book. I don't know if you guys know The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. So he followed my page on Visual Hustles. And I just messaged him like, hey, man, I appreciate the follow. I was just reading your book, man. The guy literally sent me a voice note. He's like, yo, I've seen your page. I love what you're doing. Let's connect on a Zoom call. And that's kind of how that conversation started.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps, man. I'm like, shit, Robin Sharma.
Yeah.
Damn. I think like many people would die to even just get a message.
I was so excited. Then again, there's so many celebrities that follow my pages. Actors, musicians, literally anyone you can
How
think
is the
of.
call with Robin Sharma?
I didn't really have it yet. I think, he wanted me to hop on a call with him and his whole team, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it or not.
Oh, really? What stopped you?
I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't follow up with him. He actually sent me a voice note at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. is nighttime. So I saw the message the next day in the morning for us. Then I replied to him, "Hey man, sounds good." And after that, I've not followed back with him, like, you know.
I think you
But if I think I should, yeah.
No, you
I've
should.
kind of forgotten about it, but I just remembered that when you asked me
Yeah.
that question, I should.
Should we pull out your phone now?
What the hell
I
do-
mean, like, if you open that door and you're just like,
I can show you guys, yeah.
Imagine with him.
no, I mean, pull out your phone and reply saying, hey, let's get on that call.
Yeah,
like,
now,
tomorrow.
Now, now,
now.
featuring
The Mets Forum.
Mets Forum.
They told me to call you.
But imagine the amount of messages you must be getting, right? Having
Oh,
so
there's-
many followers, like how it's so tough to keep up. And us, even 3 comments, we're like, oh shit, when am I going to reply? No way! Wow.
That is insane.
No, dude, follow up, man. Like this is a wow.
So let's get into the meat of this, man. Step by step.
Sure.
What can someone do? Because you're millionaire.
Millionaire steps.
Millionaire Steps shares quite a bit of information on motivation,
Yeah.
right? There's other pillars of content you share as well. And Shalene's mentioned, even you've mentioned like saturation. So let's say today I really love business and I want to share tips or motivation or whatever. How can I start?
So if I was starting from zero back again, first of all, we're going to pick our topic. That's the first step. It's going to be business. You can make money with a business niche. So that's taken care of. The next step is setting up your profile. And you want to have like a simple logo and a really clean username. What most people like to do is like they have like underscores, dots, etc. You want to just have a very simple, just words, very clean, a brandable name. Long term, this is very helpful. So once we have that, then you want to make sure you want to have a clean bio that indicates exactly what people will get when they come on your page, right? When you're posting content, people will come and visit your profile. We want to tell them, they want to know exactly what you're going to give them on your page, what kind of expectations you can set. So you want to be very clear on your bio. Once you've taken care of that, you want to turn the account into a creator account. Biggest mistake people make is they just start a normal Instagram account and they start posting content. Yo, bro, I'm not getting followers. What am I doing wrong?
You're not a creator account.
You can do either a creator or business account, but the reason why I prefer like a creator account is because when you're posting, videos and stuff with background music, with the business account, it's you're faced with a lot. You can't post a certain types of music, etc. So creator account is much better to go with. Once we have that set up, the second step is we're going to start building out our content. Now, for content, at the beginning, you don't want to focus on posts. I personally always start by posting reels. Now, for a theme page, since you don't want to show your face, what I usually do is go on and watch podcasts of other business people, successful people, and kind of watch it personally myself. Now with the help of like ChatGPT and stuff, you can shortcut this, but I still prefer the OG method, which is you watch it yourself. Whatever the hell you're learning, any small bit, you're like, aha, I love this part. Write it down. Okay, from minute 3 to minute 4, this bit is really good. Keep doing that. One podcast clip can give you one podcast video can give you like 5 to 10 or probably even more reels you can post on your page. Now, once you have written those down, you want to download that video and you want to go and clip them out. You want to use CapCut, which is free to use. It's a video editing software, kind of does the auto captions for you. If you have no experience, it's the best software to start with. So I would personally use CapCut. Go on CapCut, create the videos, or probably even go and learn how to do that small bit of video editing. It's going to go a long way. Now, once you've created those reels, you want to start posting them every single day. Minimum once a day at least. Obviously, the more you post, the more shots you have at going viral. And the thing is, we are going to focus on people who are already well known. It's not like we are getting content from people who are not well known by people or people don't know them. These are all people who people know, like Elon Musk, for example, Jeff Bezos. Content from them. Like whenever they're talking about entrepreneurship, business, you want to clip those things. The next step, once you start posting this content as well, you want to make sure you're crediting the people where you get the videos from. So let's say it's from a podcast, from you guys' podcast. If I was posting your content on my theme page, I would tag your account. I would mention that the video is from you guys. And whoever the speaker is, in this case, let's say Charlene is talking, I would tag Charlene like as the speaker, and the video is from your podcast as well. So what this does is, I know people get worried that, oh, but that's stealing, copyright, this, that. It's a win-win situation for both sides. Imagine your podcast is being shared by hundreds and thousands of these theme pages. How many eyeballs are you going to get instead of you doing it alone and posting it just yourself, one account, and then having thousands of accounts doing that? So that's kind of the whole idea behind theme pages and why people don't mind when you clip their podcasts and tag them. Now, I've taken clips from some of the biggest podcasts and they message me, hey bro, just recorded a new podcast. You won the first hit of the clips.
Wow.
I don't know if you, do you know this guy called Chris Williamson? He's pretty huge. He has like, I think 2.5 million followers or something. And he has like a huge podcast. So he is very smart. He gives all the small theme pages, big theme pages, clips, the full drive folder of the clips that have been recorded for the podcast. Like, you go and enjoy, create the clips, how many ever you want.
Wow.
Because he knows that
Good idea
traffic,
for us.
that traffic is coming back to the main podcast. Let's say that one video I posted got 10 million views. I'll gain followers, no doubt. Win for me, but win for that guy as well, because those 10 million people are going to wonder, where the hell can I watch this whole thing? A big percent of them are going to wonder that. So where do you think that whole traffic goes? Back to the original source. So it's a pretty win-win situation. Now, once we start posting content regularly, and that's the whole game. Like, you start posting content, you start gaining followers slowly. Look at what's working. Double down, keep double downing on everything. Every time, whenever you see something working, find more of that type of content, keep double downing on it. Now, let's say you get to 20, 30,000 followers. Now you're thinking, how the hell do I make money from this? There's 3 ways. So first is selling ads on your page to other businesses, other brands, or other personal brands as well. Second option is selling your own digital or physical products. The third option is affiliate marketing. So for selling ads, the only problem with ads is you do need a big following, because let's say you have a small following or no following, no one's going to pay you money to advertise them on your page. So obviously you want to have a big following first before people can approach you. So what you want to focus on at the start is the other 2 methods, which is selling your own digital products and affiliate marketing. When I started, I'm going to give you my example. It's very, very simple. So I used to do Fiverr. I was really good at it. Created an ebook for $7, started selling that. And I started making money that way even before I had 100,000 followers. Even before I had, I think 50K. Before I hit 50,000 followers, I launched that digital ebook. And then if you don't know, I don't know Fiverr like you, I don't have editing skills, then what you can do is affiliate marketing. What you could, for affiliate marketing is pretty simple. So let's say in our example, it's a business page. Now we want to sell stuff that already exists that can help our audience. It can solve a problem for them. It can solve a need for them, and it can satisfy their desires. So in business, it could either be like a course that already exists that someone else created, and you simply become an affiliate for it, and you can promote that to your audience. And every time someone makes a purchase from your affiliate link, you get a commission for it. And especially with digital product, commissions are pretty high because there's no fulfillment costs. So
that's when you put out your code or something, be like, put this code to get a special discount.
This code. You get a special link.
Oh,
yeah.
you get a special link. Okay,
you get a whole link for yourself. And every time people click on it, you're able to see how many people have clicked on it, how many people converted. So again, data, you can use that to your advantage. So I have this student, right? So he built a theme page around men's fashion. All he does is posts reels around outfit ideas for men. every day is like, okay, this is kind of the colors that match go with each other. This looks good together. This outfit looks good. This t-shirt goes with this trousers, whatever. Now, when people start asking him, where the hell do I buy? Where do I buy these clothes from? He plugs in and he becomes an affiliate for all these businesses selling these outfits. And he gives people, his audience, outfit ideas. Then he's like, if you want to look like this, you can buy the t-shirt from here, you can buy the jeans from here, you can buy the shoes from here, you can buy the watch from here. Whatever the outfit is, he has like affiliate links for it. Now, once people see themselves looking like that, visually like, I'm going to look good in that outfit, see, the marketing of it becomes so powerful because it's very personal to the audience as well. So that's affiliate marketing, very successful way to monetize your theme page with affiliate marketing.
It's super powerful. I've seen the power of affiliate marketing on my own page. Oh man, I traveled to this one destination and I put like links of all the excursions I did.
Yeah.
Man, till this day, Shalid bhai,
Yeah, nice.
I still freaking
Love that, bro.
bank,
Love that.
bro, bank.
Yeah. So for us to make sure we are converting the followers we have into people who buy stuff from us, who become customers, we want to also post marketing content. People are scared to sell online. I don't know. It's either imposter syndrome, like, oh, will people buy? Am I good enough? You just have to do it. If you don't, then if you're broke, you're going to go hungry. Would you rather go hungry or you post a marketing piece of content? So again, that's another skill. It's something that I can't fit in just, a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes. It's a whole learning marketing is a whole different thing. But for theme pages, it's very simple. You want to target the pain points people have. You want to target the problems they have. You want to address the needs they have, the wants they have, the desires they have. You want to talk about it, and then you want to kind of message it in a way that, oh, so you have this problem, and this is how it's impacting your life right now, and you want to go to this situation. Let's say you're at point A, pain, and you want to go to point B, happiness. How do you go there? Here, this is the product they'll take you from A to B. So that's kind of like the thought process behind every time I create a marketing piece of content. I want to take them through a transformation. And that's the whole game of going from zero to making 3K, 5K, 10K, how much ever money you want. But obviously you start from zero, you make $1, you make $10, and it's a whole process. It's a whole journey. Now, the thing with theme pages is it's very scalable. If you can build one page, let's say it starts making 3, 5K per month, you can start building another page. Use that money that you're making to kind of outsource content on that first page so you can focus on the second page. And then keep doing that over and over and over again. That's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And see, the more pages you own, the more followers you get, the more and more money you can make. So all my 4 pages have different ways of monetization. And the more pages I have, I can keep on making more digital products, selling more ads. And yeah, that's how I would start if I was starting from zero with no knowledge, no nothing.
How does one get over that initial phase, 0 to 1,000? Because okay, I know the answer to this, but I kind of want to get your perspective through it, right? That's 0 to 1,000. It's so agonizing. Like a lot of people, and I don't know, maybe you've seen this with your students as well. There's a lot of giving up between that. And there's a lot of giving up before making that first dollar. You're putting in
100%.
all this hard work,
Yeah.
and you're not seeing anything until you make that $1. But before then, there's such a high percentage of giving up. So what would you say to someone who's in that situation?
Again, it goes back to if you don't quit, you're not going to lose. But you also have to be smart. Sometimes the thing with Instagram algorithm and all of that is it's out of our control. What we can control is the content. Every time you post content, and you're going to keep asking yourself this question, which is this, have I given my 100% in creating this piece of reel or post or whatever it is? If the answer is no, then you want to keep getting to that level where every single day you're giving your 100%. And you want to have someone who can kind of give you feedback, someone who has experience on what kind of content you're creating. Once you have someone like that, it's very hard to give up because they're just going to guide you throughout the whole way. And yeah, if you're going to give up, you just want to go back. Before you quit, you want to go back and look at what you've done. Have you put your 100% into it? If you have, maybe it's not for you. You can just quit. Like, I can't really stop people from not quitting. It does happen. Doesn't work for everyone. But if you just put in the work every single day, you keep trying over and over again, even if you fail the first time, second time, third time, 4 times, 5 times, doesn't matter. But you keep doing it, you're finally going to get to that place where you hit that one page, one topic that just connects and everything works out for you. It's happened to several of my students. They start 2-3 pages, but sometimes it doesn't work out. I push them, I tell them, all right, this one didn't work out. Let's start from scratch. Let's start this topic and let's create a brand new page. The student of mine, he built like a physiotherapy kind of a theme page. Didn't work out. Then the second page he tried was for ladies' fitness. Didn't work out. The third page he tried was men's mental health. Now, this was something, it was close to him. He was going through shit himself. So every piece of content he's posting, everything he's talking about, it all connected with his personal, it was very personal to him. That page grew from 0 to 100K in a month.
What?
In 1 month. At the moment, it's at 390,000 followers. So sometimes...
What are we doing? No, okay, ours is not monetizing, but we want to grow to make the impact. But no, we'll get to that. But what I hear out loud is it has to be niche, number one, and
Yes.
it should have a differentiating factor.
100%.
Because if everyone's doing,
Yes.
let's say everyone's making homemade juices and everyone's putting up homemade juices pages like during COVID, that's what I saw most. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm bringing that up. It's not going to grow. But now the way you
100%.
mentioned that men's mental health, it's a triggering topic now that anyone that goes through it, they'll be like, okay, let me pause for a second. Let me have a look at the reel and hear what it has to say.
Yeah.
I think it's more in line with, I'm a very spiritual guy. So I just think when you have something more in line with who you are as a person, and that goes back to what you mentioned at the start, personal brand. This person's posting about men's mental health. He's already going through it. Every piece of content is impacting his emotions so heavily that he knows when I post this for someone else, it's going to impact them just as much. So he's not at that point posting because he wants to make quick money. He's
Yeah.
posting because he's going to help someone, and he's posting because it aligns with his spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like positive channeling there's always positive repercussions, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And somewhat even with us when we started our page. So I remember we were at 59 followers and we told each other that are we really doing the right thing? Remember we had this
Yeah, we had
conversation
that conversation.
because
I was
we
like,
had posted
"Shant, yeah."
we really posted, we did everything by the book. Let's say by the book, right? Like posting and sharing with our friends, going out of our way to personally do WhatsApp broadcasts, putting it on a WhatsApp status, Facebook, name it. Yeah, we're reaching out to people to even repost the stories and stuff. But now we're growing and we're like, okay, this is good, right? Because whatever we're doing now, it makes sense. And when you get appreciated for what you're doing and what you love, then you're going to keep putting in the work.
It's just that one small win that takes you to that next level. Like, shit, this is all I needed to know that this is going to work out. And then it's just in your head that, oh, I've had this win. I'm going to hold on to it so tight. I'm going to make sure I'm going to get to that next level. And those small wins keep adding up and up. They keep adding up and up and up and up. And, at the end of the day, it becomes like a big win for you.
True.
So, yeah.
So you've cracked social media. How are you leveraging AI? Because AI is a big thing right now.
So for AI, there's ways to, editing videos and stuff. So if you don't want to use other people's content and you want to be completely unique, you create kind of like your own character. You don't want to show your face, build an AI character. If you're really good at writing, but you suck at, let's say, being on camera, and you know that your stuff is good, make that AI character talk for you. you know. So that's kind of how we've been using AI for the theme pages. Then also for small things like captions, creating posts, getting ideas. Also, it's just not about like telling ChatGPT, hey, give me 5 ideas, 10 ideas. You have to be very specific. You want to eliminate stuff. You want to tell it what not to do and what to do, giving them instructions, specific instructions. And that's kind of how I've been using AI for my theme pages.
Yeah, because I've learned quite a lot by prompting ChatGPT. Because there are things that okay, my background is finance and other things, but it's not social media. So the easiest place to go is go to ChatGPT and be like, hey, I want to post a story, and what do you think I should write, or what should I hashtag it as? And then putting CTA, and there's so many terms, man. And I'm like, dude, the social media was just easy, man. You post one photo, and then if people like it, they like it. And there's so much work into it. Like, honestly, it's so much work because you have a certain thought process. But again, are you prompting the AI to do the right thing?
It was so funny watching this guy coming into the social media world.
And this guy was not patient with me because he's used to posting and he knows the game, right? And then there's me. I mean, I post a photo. That's it, man. I'll put it with my wife or my friends or whatever. And if I'm out or partying or something, then I'm just probably putting a short story. But now there's this whole thing. Oh, you can put a link. You can put another photo on a photo. You can do this. And I'm like, what the hell, man?
And this guy sends me captions. You know exactly what you said. Don't just go to ChatGPT. This guy, ChatGPT, what should my caption be? And then gives you the most generic bullshit. And I start fighting with this guy. Like that was the first month of our
those
men's
are the
forum
first,
relationship. Like, what the fuck, dude? But good data in, good data out. So what we've started doing now, I'm glad you brought up AI. We're training the ChatGPT to follow our tone of voice.
Yes.
Personalization. You personalize it completely. So now the prompts are, this is our brand. This is who we want to speak to. We've posted these videos in the past, and I've actually started feeding ChatGPT scripts that I've done in the past. And I'm like, these are the scripts. This is how exactly we speak. These were the likes. These were the follows. These were the shares. Now spit out more content based on all of this data.
We have that.
Yeah. And also, like, if I want to do a search on you, so now that's something, again, I learned from these short reels. So if we have a guest like you or someone who's prominent, who's out there on the media, these are his links. You can do an extensive search and like find out more about him.
Oh yeah,
because it's so okay. I know you, Kunal Shah, personally, but Rajveer does not know Kunal Shah personally.
Yeah.
So again, for him to get all the information out of you from the media, ChatGPT does wonders, man. I'm not even lying to you. We had a few prominent guests, and this guy was like, what? This person does this. Even me, I'm like, dude, imagine this person is all about this. Because yes, like tomorrow you'll be like, okay, this guest is good. Can I link you up, or there'll be a guest? Can we come on board? And then when you do this extensive searches, dude, we live in a closed bubble, man. The world out there is big. Again, a click of a button, things are being done for you.
Oh yes.
So life is so much easier. And now social media, AI, leveraging all of that to make money. I think it's going to be the new game. I feel it will. I think the world will move to that with time.
They should. But then the thing is, which leads me back to why a lot of people haven't taken action till now. Have you seen that with your students? Is there like a certain... Where do I want to go with this question? Have I already asked this question? I did ask this question.
No, I asked that resistance part of...
the
resistance of getting into such methods of earning money.
The reason why many people don't start this, there's two reasons. So one is they're just simply skeptical. They just feel like, oh, this doesn't work. They have to kind of see it for themselves. And I understand. That's why there's stuff you can learn for free. Try it out on your own. But don't give up after a month and say, this shit is bullshit. You want to keep at it at least for 6 months. Literally lock in and put in 6 months into building this thing out. And if it doesn't work out, then maybe you're right. But in most cases, if you lock in, put in the 6 months, it's going to work out. And the second reason why people don't start or, are afraid of getting, not afraid, but they just don't want to start. They're comfortable. Even if they have like a shitty job at least I have a job. The money is coming in no matter what. I'm comfortable. I don't have to really put in the work, do all this hard stuff to make things work. So that's kind of what keeps people in that comfort zone. And when something bad happens, like really, really bad, that's when people are like, oh shit, I need to take action now. But if only people could start taking action before they get to that situation, life would be so much easier.
No, that's true.
But I was the same, like, bro, I was like partying and shit like that. Like before all of this happened, I was like,
I
was
remember
like a
you used to come to that house like
Yeah.
every
I was-
single day. You used to
I
be
was
there enjoying.
basically like a guy who goes out clubbing every single weekend, drinking, smoking sheesh or whatever it is, and just chilling, bro, like not doing anything with life. And if someone saw me, they'll be like, I don't know if what this guy is gonna do. It's just gonna be the same. He's just gonna go out and go out partying every single day when he grows up. But then this painful situation that happened, that left no choice, that I had to dive in head first. So that's why I from my personal experience, I feel like if people were able to start working on building something on the side before they got uncomfortable or into a painful situation, it'd be much more helpful. And I'm not saying like you have to go and quit your job or do anything drastic like that. You can, let's say you're working 9 to 5, 9, 5, 6, 1 hour, you come back home 6 o'clock. You eat your dinner, spend some time with family. Let's say around like 8 o'clock, you can spend at least 2 hours working on this, building it out. 8 to 10 p.m. Most people can do this if they're willing to. If they're willing to become uncomfortable before that painful situation comes hunting for them. And yeah, that's the second reason why people don't really take action.
So assume now you as Kunal, the way you're doing your workshops and your programs, assume the men's forum is wanting to be your student. So take us through that process. How do you onboard?
So basically how I help my students is a one-on-one process. First, we build out a master plan together where we pick the topic. I want to make sure that the topic is actually profitable. I've been in the game for so long, I can recognize this pretty easily. Now, if they come and say, I want to do like a cartoon movie theme, I'm going to say no. Even if it gets you followers, what the hell are you going to sell? You know, and like with copyright and stuff, it's much more strict with using movie clips and stuff like that. I want to make sure they start off the right foot. They're not shooting themselves in the foot even before they get started. And once we pick that, I help them build out the whole page, the branding of the page, then helping them with the content plan, like which speakers to target, which speakers to post, who's trending right now, what type of content is trending right now, and why you should be posting that. Because with Instagram, there's always something that's working right now, but will probably stop working 6 months from now. And since I'm posting so much content every day and I'm testing different styles of content, kind of ahead of the game, like when I'm kind of like one of the first people to find out what's really working with Instagram right now. And I share that with my students as well. And, you know, depending on the topic, I suggest this is the type of content you'll be posting and this is how you create it as well. I have intensive trainings on everything that I've already recorded. And we also have weekly calls that I have with all my students twice a week. And on the calls, they can ask me questions if they get stuck somewhere. It's a group call with all my students together. And basically, mostly I'm sharing what's working with Instagram right now. That's why I have so many successful students, because they're up to date with what's working right now. They have the sauce. They have the source of the sauce.
Because I was, okay, for me, because every day I'll see, okay, 1 follower today, 2 followers. Ours is about the impact, right? We've started this page to help men navigate their life better
100%.
and make the impact on their mental health. But then there's always this feeling, man, you're like, dude, my page is only getting 1 follower a day. Or TikTok, is it TikTok? TikTok, we have about 300 followers. And I'm like, I have people's pages who dance, just dancing behind a camera. And they have thousands of views. Yeah, and they're getting millions of views, man. Like, and that's in Kenya. And I'm like, what are we doing wrong? So again, it's so amazing that you came through, because there are a few things that I've picked that maybe I'll discuss with Rajveer later. But hey, man, social media, man, is a whole different ballgame. I feel like you know social media well. Sorry, you know social media well, but with me, I feel, man, that anxiety every single day. I'm like, shit, man. Even we had a physical men's forum. We told everyone, invite your friends on Facebook. Facebook is dead, right? I'm not in a bad way. Facebook is dead. We told them, invite all your friends. So you go three dots and invite all your friends, and dude, we got like 40 followers out of 25 men. So it was about 1,000 times 25 men sharing it out to their friends. We got 40 followers. So I was like, how do we make the impact?
You know, the thing is, yeah, it's gonna sound so funny to say, but if you don't go through this journey, you'll never know.
Yeah, true.
You'll never know what needs to be. I know what needs to be done, and like, again, hooks. There's ways of editing. There's the common trends that are going on, and I think right now there's a lot of the use very viral clips to start your video, and then bam, you move into the actual meat of the video.
It's
Or is that
really
going out of phase now?
No, it's still there, but it's mostly not for like podcast clips. It's for kind of businesses.
Yeah, it's more for business stuff.
Like,
Yeah. So
Or like you'll see some guy rolling over and then it becomes a burrito.
Yeah.
It's for businesses.
So those types of things are really doing well, and like I understand all of that, but if you don't go through this journey, tomorrow we can sit down and I can tell you, dude, like, this aspect of the algorithm is not working out, and you're just gonna be like, bro,
What is
invite
that?
people on Facebook, and I'm gonna tell you, you remember when we did that and it didn't work?
Because there was a time like, what's the good time to post? Yeah, I'm going through these calendars in Kenya. I'm like, okay, 11 a.m. When is at 2 p.m. When is at 3 p.m. I'm like, does this shit really work?
It doesn't matter. None of these small things matter, like what time to post, how many times to post. Just have to put all your energy and focus into creating good fucking content. It's the main pillar of this business. Without good content, you're not going to gain followers. If you're not going to gain followers, who's going to pay you? So you want to put your energy into the stuff that moves the lever. In your case, it's going to be the content. It's always going to be the content.
What other struggles have you seen your students battle with?
So one of the biggest struggles people go through is staying consistent. Posting every day, while the beginning stages is the hardest thing to do. I know, I've been over it so many times. So that's like the hardest thing people go through. But once they push through those first, as you said, the first 1,000, 10,000 followers, then it's like a smooth ride after that.
How long did it take you to reach your first 1,000, 10,000?
Wow. I feel like my biggest battle has been a lack of consistency, and I've spoken about this a couple of times with different people, is that traveling is really expensive. So I spend my money on traveling, and then the brands are like, they're ready to come on board. But by the time they decide, okay, we're coming on board, I'm like, I don't have money to travel. So then it's like, bam, no content going out. So even in the start, I don't really know when I hit my first 1,000, because I made this video about food in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And it went crazy, like, fuck, man. And I just went straight to 10K. Straight. Boop. I woke
It
up
just takes one freaking video.
Woke up one morning, boom,
But
10K.
let me kind of clear this thing for you. So what he's building is a personal brand. You can't compare that to a theme page. His impact is 100 times bigger than of a theme page, of a faceless page. So having 100,000 followers on a theme page and having 10,000 followers on a personal brand is pretty much kind of like the same thing. So we can't really compare theme pages to personal brand. Personal brand, the reason why it's much slower is obviously it's much harder to grow. You're showing yourself, you're putting yourself out there even when you're uncomfortable. But with faceless pages, if this thing is working, I'll just do more of this and it will keep working.
Yeah, true.
But now what I did was I created pages that way. Then I shared that whole experience, my whole journey. So I'm like, I started my personal brand about 1.5 years ago, the Kunal Shah. That one's at about 150K. the only reason why it's so big is because I already had a big following through my theme pages. And I told people I'm the founder of this page. If you want to learn about my journey, how I did all of this stuff, follow me. I talk about some cool stuff, talk about social media, building theme pages, making money online, etc. It's kind of how I took advantage and leveraged the audience that I already have. And I spent like $0 like on ads or anything. Everything is organic. All the followers on all my pages. Because again, going back to the point of people botting their followers.
Please tell him about ads and tell him that it's the worst ever thing
or
to
to
do.
sponsor. Oh, yeah, sponsor.
This guy keeps messaging me. Sponsor, please.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
fucking
So
hell,
there's one particular guy that, and I keep telling him, it's something that's in my mind. Yeah, our podcast didn't happen twice. Like it happened once, the audio got screwed up the second time. We didn't have enough time. So I'm like, dude, the third time, I'm going to put money from my pocket and we're going to sponsor this post. He's like, dude, you don't need to sponsor the post. But now it makes sense, like with what you're saying, the way your journey has been.
That works really well for businesses, maybe getting targeted followers, but it's not worth it. If you're doing something like what you guys are doing, it has to be organic. Most of the podcasts that you guys see online were doing really well. They're all posting short form content. I can see you guys are doing the same thing. Just, the better guests you keep getting, the topics they talk about, the way you guys edit the videos, the storytelling. If that keeps on improving, your content keeps on improving, more of the people who are already following you, they start sharing it with their friends. Like, this guy, this makes so much sense. We can do this. Hey, let me send my friend. You want to focus on shareable content. Shareable content is the number one way to grow right now on Instagram. So that's what I would focus on.
That's so relatable because I have grown with me being behind the camera. Number two, we spoke about this on Tuesday. It's about 1 a.m. or like 12 midnight. And I'm like, dude, your edit. He's good at editing. But again, he wants to push himself. And I'm like, damn, the intro, son. I was like, bro, I'm so proud of you. He does all the editing, right? From the reels to the podcast, everything. He's already good at it. But he took the effort to go and I don't know what magic he did, bro. And I'm like, wow, Rajbir. It took me a second to like process it and go back, watch it again. And I'm like, wow, Rajbir, you, my friend. So makes sense. You have to keep improving yourself to become better and better. And that's when you reach would be better. And also the shared reels, what he said.
Yeah, sure.
I keep sharing you links that say we hear a nice quote or some guy talking.
Yeah.
So that also makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
The more you are sharing, it triggers tells the algorithm that the more we show this to people, the more people are going to consume it, and the more they're going to be on our platform, and the more money we are going to make. Instagram's going to make. So they're a business, and their goal is to keep people on the platform for as long as possible. So increasing watch time on your reels, on your posts, etc., and shareability. Because the more people share, like one guy watches it, shares it with 10 friends. So now 10 guys are watching it. So the watch time increases, the time they stay on Instagram increases. So it's all about being it's all about the content being shareable and having a high watch time on the content as well. Yeah.
Solid. And also, just not to overwhelm. I feel like people shouldn't overwhelm themselves when they say, I need to get better. There's one thing that I follow. There's a rule that I follow, and that's why you see the intros especially getting better and better. Just 1% better every single. Just 1%.
100%,
That's
bro.
all.
No,
I love that.
This guy was bang on.
That's it.
This guy was bang on 25% in a night, man. I was like, damn, man. He was already 100, man. But again, he's a creative. So leveraging even what you're passionate about works. He's a creative. Mine might be, maybe I'm better at the management side. He's better on the creative side. And you have to see those skills.
I think now that you also bring that up, like having a team eventually, what's your thought process on teams? Should people like start a team as soon as possible or wait until they get a team?
So how I usually tell my students is understand the freaking content creation process yourself. Because if you outsource it as soon as you join, if someone gives you shit content,
you're just going to take it.
You're not going to know.
Yeah.
You're just going to take it and post it and then wonder why is it not working. But if you did this yourself, even if it's just one post, one reel a day, understood the whole process, understood what good content looks like, and then you start outsourcing it and buying back your time. And obviously then you can recognize, okay, this is good. Then you can even give them feedback, make them improve. And that's when I would once you're good yourself, that's when you outsource it to the other people. Yeah.
Amazing. Is there any piece of
anything that we've missed out? Anything you want to plug?
Is there any other last piece of advice that you would give someone out there who wants to get onto an entrepreneurial journey?
Start before you're ready, because that's where most people get stuck. Oh, I'll start tomorrow. You just gotta start before you are even ready. Learn along the way when you start. Yeah, that's something that I've stuck by.
Amazing.
That's beautifully said, because
That's you. That's
because
you. That's you.
oh man, shit! You've taken me back. You've literally made me reflect 10 years of my life. There's so much that I've wanted to start, but I just don't start. I'll tell myself, okay, I need to sort my shit out, then I'll start. I just need to sort
There's
this
always
out.
going to be stuff like that. Oh, I need to do this, then I'll start. Oh, I need to do this, then I'll start. Just start. You figure things out along the way. If you don't know stuff about the thing you're starting, you'll learn along the way.
Yeah, and you learn it exponentially faster.
Yeah, compared to if you're just, if you're just consuming YouTube videos or tutorials or just information. Information alone is fucking useless. You want to put that to use. You want to implement it. And you want to do that even before you feel ready. And that's the only way you get started.
Oh,
I
amazing.
noticed on one of your pages you have a free course.
Yeah.
Just plug it in, tell our audience about it.
Yeah,
let's empower
100%.
them.
So put the link down. I'll send you guys the link. You can put it down below. So it's a whole free course on how to edit videos, how to create posts, how to pick a niche, the whole process of building a faceless theme page, something that I'm really good at. And it's free.
Nice.
Yeah. There's paid stuff as well, but this is free for you to just get started along the way.
Yeah.
Start.
Make a
If
couple of
you
$100.
do make money, come back to me, pay me to learn more stuff, make more money. If not, that's completely fine.
Yeah, to our listeners on Spotify, the Kunal Shah on Instagram. If you need more help out of the free course, reach out to him.
Yeah, check him out. And thank you so much for coming on to the show, man.
Of course, it was a good one.
No, it was good, man. I think I've learned quite a lot in terms of not being a social media guy and being a finance ops production management guy. But yeah, man, it was quite enlightening because, again, some of us are just old and live in a bubble. But
Yeah, and you love side hustle, so this is a great way to start a new hustle.
It's a good stuff, man.
Yeah,
It
for
is.
sure.
I'm going to speak to you on the side after this, brother.
With that, thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode of the Men's Forum.
If you have any questions regarding today's episode, feel free to comment below.
And if there's other topics that you want us to discuss in future episodes, make sure to let us know, and we will see you guys next week.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Peace.